Thought for the day. Sometimes the most efficient thing you can do is take a break.
Welcome to 7 Minutes for Yourself. I'm Christina Aina, and I'm so glad you've joined me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. Let's take this time to reconnect with ourselves and improve our well-being.
In today's episode of 7 Minutes for Yourself, we continue our chat on how to unleash the power of productivity by resting our minds and bodies. Have a listen.
Try not to multitask. Multitasking is a myth anyway. You think that you are working on 2 things at the same time, when in reality you're just alternating your focus between one thing and the next very quickly. And of course you can imagine how taxing that is on your brain. It's also just not that productive because you get way more done if you focus on one thing, then take a small mini break and then focus on the next thing. For this next tip, I want you to consider what kind of fuel you're giving your brain. So what I used to do in my corporate job is what a lot of people tend to do, is try and find more energy through caffeine or sugar or both. Caffeine and sugar give you a quick boost of energy, and that feels really nice, especially when you feel like you need it. But the downside, of course, is that it can also make your energy dip super low after that initial high, making you want another cup of coffee or glass of soda. And when you keep this up in the long run, it's going to give you very unstable energy levels with high spikes and then deep lows again. So I stay away from all drinks that have sugar in them, including juice, and I have a 1 cup of coffee a day limit. And otherwise I just drink water or tea, or if I'm really craving coffee, I'll have decaf coffee. I try to eat healthy meals with lots of fiber and protein. And of course, this can be a bit tricky in the beginning, especially if you are used to drinking a lot of coffee or sugared drinks, but it can really help you to keep your energy levels much more stable. Another great way to recharge your battery, your mental energy levels, is exercise. So go outside, go for a walk, do some light stretching. I always like to do yoga whenever my mind feels full and overwhelmed and tired. And it really helps to do something active physically to restore and replenish mentally. The next tip is to keep planning and scheduling. So there is something called the mental load, which is all those little things that we try to remember that we need to do, all the kind of little to-dos. Like for example, if you put in a load of laundry, then you need to remember to also put it in a dryer later or hang it up somewhere. I don't know how you do laundry, but I'm sure there's something that you need to do about that laundry. And this is only one example, but our mind is full of all those little things that we need to remember all the time. And it can be really taxing on your brain if it needs to keep all these things active and not let them sink to the bottom to make sure that we won't forget. As you might know, I use a bullet journal for my planning and scheduling of my to-dos. Of course, you don't have to schedule and plan every minute detail of your life, but for me, scheduling my tasks really helps me to first stay organized and get things done, but also just have my brain forget all those little things because it knows that they are written down somewhere, and it's really nice to not have to remember all these things. This next tip is more of a reminder because I think you probably already know it, but it is very important. Sleep. Make sure you are getting enough sleep. It is the minimum of what you owe your body and your mind. If you are not getting proper sleep, then you're not going to have the energy available to do the things that really matter to you. And I've been getting some requests from you for a Healthy Habits for Better Sleep video, so I'm going to be making that soon. Last tip that I have for you today is to listen to your body. Before you click away, I'm not going to go too deep into hippy-dippy land here, even though I actually kind of like that sometimes, but it is just being aware of the subtle signs of your body, listening to what it's trying to tell you. So let's say that you have been sitting at your desk all day, then it helps if you are aware of the subtle signs of tension in your shoulders and your upper back, so that you can maybe stand up for a minute, take a stretch, improve your posture. And the same goes with your mind. If you are just really tired and exhausted, it means something, and you have to take that opportunity and allow yourself in your body and your mind to replenish and recharge and rest.
That concludes today's episode of 7 Minutes for Yourself. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. Today and every day with your kiddo,
is a gift. Enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in.